Hello everybody and welcome to Elderberry Sprout. This is a channel where I talk to you about my journaling, my book of shadows, my grimoire, and my, drumroll please, traveler's notebook. I love bullet journaling. You might have known this from years ago when I was doing this YouTube channel more frequently, which I'm now doing again. But I kind of migrated into a traveler's notebook because I found myself, when I was setting up my bullet journal over and over again, that I would have the same pages in the beginning of my bullet journal. And most of the time the information didn't change. It's like a list for my thrift store, when my bills are due, and I can just put that in a giant grid, right? So I didn't really like having to redo these pages over and over again. But a solution for that is the traveler's notebook style. Because in here, I have a bullet journal as well as some signatures in the front that I can switch out whenever I want or leave them in there. So let's get into that so I can show you all the little details. So to start off with, this is a bullet journal, or this is a traveler's notebook that I made myself out of some scrap leather, punched a hole in it, used a weird elastic I found from something, I don't know what. This was an old earring, I think. Oh, it's an old ear cuff, and then I just laced it on this elastic. I have a little pen loop on the back here for my fountain pen. Then opening up here, we have just a clip with some scrap paper. And my magic signature. So I take a lot of spiritual notes, I do a lot of shadow work, and this is where I can do that on a daily basis and just flip to a new page, write about something if I'm triggered about something, and maybe dive into where that came from. So that's what's in this signature. And all of these signatures are held in here with little elastics. Half of this is just sewing elastic, or maybe like mask making elastics. I made a lot of masks back in the beginning of the pandemic and stuff. So anyway, that's what that elastic is. So let's see, this section, oh, it's just another journal section. It's pretty much scrap paper at this point. This is my wealth, independence, and solar plexus notebook, which is essentially all of my business stuff. So I make beeswax candles, so it's just a lot of notes. Oh yeah, brainstorming ideas for making a new style of candle holders, because I was thinking about doing that for a while. Which brings us to my next signature, which is my sewing journal, or my sewing projects signature, which I just collaged on the outside of this. The front and the back, a whole bunch of different textures. Now I love how this is kind of defining what is in here. It's a lot easier to reference that way. And I don't know if you noticed on the front or on the back side of this front signature, I haven't finished collaging it. And these two are kind of simple and not very exciting, so I might collage those some more. But here in my sewing projects, I have all sorts of collages from here. I have a little paper clip up there. Collage items from projects I've done, patterns I've sewn, small things I've worked on, all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, it's nice to have a little memory of what you complete when you sew a lot, because sometimes I'll just forget where I'm at and like, wait, did I even sew anything this month? And I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, I did a whole bunch of little like mending projects or something, stuff that you can forget. Next signature is my journal. Just my generic like daily record of what I've been up to, thoughts that I have, and fun things I want to remember. Mainly it's fun things I want to remember. So nothing too exciting there. Here is a whole bunch of weird Russian stamps that I found, got in the mail. So I'm like, I'll just throw them on the back there. Perfect. Okay, and here is my bullet journal, which yes, does fit in here. It's about equal to the amount of signatures I have in the front. So it's kind of a chunky boy. He was originally wider, and I trimmed him down so that he would fit into this traveler's notebook. So he's not super pretty on the side, but he gets the job done for sure. So in here I have mainly just my to-do lists. You know, I go through so many days of getting stuff done that I just have a whole bunch of to-do lists. Nothing too exciting. So, is that it? I think that's about it. So altogether, I really do prefer this traveler's notebook style. It's a little bit bulkier, and thankfully it still fits in my purse. because, you know, you never know when you need to add to one of these other signatures and, you know, journal a little bit more. So what I find is that in my bullet journal section, I'll go through a bullet journal maybe once every, I mean, it used to be every 6 months because of the beginning part of the journal, but now I only have a couple pages at the beginning of my bullet journal that I have to repeat over and over again. So now it's like once every 8 months, and I can kind of stretch it to once every year or so. So thankfully I'm not having to buy as many journals, and I can just use scrap paper, which is super exciting because Lord knows I've got a lot of that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives those of you who have used bullet journals a lot in the past a look at a kind of hybrid bullet journal and traveler's notebook system that could help you, because I know it would just got so taxing writing those pages over and over again, especially when it's line for line the same item. Like, yes, I'm still looking for cotton cardigans. I've been looking for them for years. So I hope this is helpful for you guys as well, because it's definitely helpful for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!